this is Iris. So I thought I'd start making some short videos and explain some more beginner-oriented concepts in chess. And I thought I'd make the subject of this video something that I get asked pretty often, which is, what on earth is en passant? En passant is one of those weird, quirky rules in chess. In French, it literally means in passing, so let's try and keep that concept in mind. But before I dive into what en passant is, it's actually really important that we understand how pawns move to begin with. So what I have set up here is, of course, the starting positions. All our pawns are lined up on the second row. And of course, the black pawns are lined up on the seventh row. And it's white's turn. And when a pawn moves initially, when it's leaping from that second row, it has the option to skip a square. You don't have to do it, but you can. Pawns move forward. They can't move backwards, and they can only move forward one square at a time. They can move up one square at a time, and they can capture diagonally one square at a time. So just based on those three rules, they can only move one square at a time, they can only move forward, and they can only capture diagonally. Pretty much know they're very, very puny. So let me just set up a position here and ask the question, how many options does this pawn on e4 have? Of course, the answer is 2. If we go back to those 3 tenets for how a pawn moves, a pawn can take diagonally, only take diagonally, but it can move forward one square at a time. And that's a really important distinction to remember. So in this position, this pawn can capture the pawn on d5 because that would technically be taking diagonally. He can capture the pawn on f5 because that is also taking diagonally. But what's going on with e5? That's just not an option available to white because pawns only take diagonally. They can't take forward. So if I were to adjust this position slightly by putting that pawn back on d7 and ask again, how many options does this pawn have? The answer is now 1. There is no longer anything to take on d5, and pawns don't move diagonally unless there is something to take there. So the pawn on f5 is still an option for us to capture, and of course we still can't move forward to e5 because that's not an option available to us. I would alter this position again and ask you how many moves are available to this pawn. The answer is now 2, because we can still take that pawn on f5, and now there's nothing stopping us moving forward that one square. Okay, so now we kind of have the vocabulary to understand what on earth en passant is. Let me adjust the position slightly again. Let's assume this pawn has somehow made it to h5 without black making any response. Let's assume black plays g6. And I ask you again, how many options does that pawn on h5 have? And the answer is 2. Can move forward one square at a time, and capture the pawn on g6, because pawns take diagonally. But that's not what en passant is. En passant is a move that's only available from the starting position. In the same way that a pawn can skip a square from the starting position, en passant is a tool that arises only from the starting position. So instead of playing g6, we're looking at what happens if black plays g5 and leaps right next to that white pawn on h5. So white is the one who can invoke en passant. And white can invoke it in this way, can capture the g5 pawn as if it had landed on g6 instead of g5. So that was like a magic trick. The pawn just disappeared. Jump to g5 and you can capture it as if it went to g6. And an important rule to remember is that en passant is only available immediately after that pawn is leaped next to you. So for example, g5, let's say white plays g4, black plays h6. White can't do en passant anymore. It's too late. En passant is only available right away. And just to completely round out our understanding, let me show you guys what it looks like from black's perspective. So again, Let's assume somehow this pawn has jumped forward to b4 without white making any response. White plays a4 and has leaped, use that opportunity to skip a square to put itself right next to that pawn. And black, of course, is able to take that a4 pawn as if it had gone to a3. Now, again, the only time that black would be able to play or to invoke en passant is right away, and it's an option. You don't have to do it, but it's just a tool that black has in its belt. And yes, en passant is one of those weird rules in chess, and I hope you found this helpful. I hope to make lots more videos like this, so if you have any suggestions or other random chess questions, please feel free to ask them in the comment section, and I'll be sure to follow up with another video. Cheers! Bye, guys!